really hoping that
this meeting is
COVID
being
will
recorded.
let us see everybody this summer. So I think by now everybody knows Sarah Biri, who is apart from being a celebrity, she's the main organizer of this of the summer school. And so maybe Sarah will give us an update of where we are with the organization.
Yeah, I put together some slides. I think we're going to start basically just like high level like reintroduction of the leadership team. And then we're going to go around and do some really quick introductions just so everyone kind of, you can meet your cohort. And then we're going to go over some of the logistics, just like, you know, travel stuff that we need to sort out sort of before the school starts. And then we're going to finish by showing like the mentor-mentee assignments and going into breakout rooms so that you guys can have a chance to meet your sort of official mentor and talk about next steps with your little smaller groups. But so first, I think the thing that I wanted to say to all of you first and foremost was that you should feel really proud of yourself for being accepted to the school. We really had not, we hadn't known what to expect, but you know, we got a really significantly large number of applications that were incredibly well qualified. And in the end, you know, we had expert reviewers that went through, but we weren't actually able to accept anyone to the school who didn't have at least one reviewer that reviewed them as not just qualified for the school, but truly exceptional and beyond the bar. So congratulations to all of you. And, you know, hopefully it was a really, really difficult process. And I'm hoping that, you know, in future years, maybe we can try to expand the cohort or something to get to provide more access to more people. But a lot of the people who we weren't able to accept were also super deserving. And so it was like a really difficult process, but pat yourselves on the back. You all came up with some really amazing application packages. Cool. So yeah, so just starting out, you know, welcome everyone. We're really excited to see you at Caltech in August. Just a brief reminder of sort of the main team. So Pietro and I are leading the summer school, like developing the curriculum and everything. We have a really amazing core team of instructors. So I think most of them are here. But Elijah Cole is also in Pietro's lab at Caltech, and he's done some really amazing work, both on, you know, just general classification and object detection problems, but also looking at things like predicting when data sets aren't fully labeled. So maybe where you don't have cohesive labels for the whole data set, and also looking at self-supervision for some of these ecological problems. Jason Parham is a senior computer vision researcher at WildMe and has a really amazing set of experience with camera trap data, with species ID, but also with individual identification of species sort of across the taxonomic tree. Benjamin Kellenberger is a postdoc at EPFL in Switzerland, and he's done some really awesome work with low-flying drones and really efficient detection of things in aerial data, as well as handling noisy data. And Bjorn Lutens is a graduate student at MIT, and he's been doing some really cool work on climate modeling, but also more recently with multimodal tree species prediction. So we're super, super happy that all of them are on board, and they're going to be the sort of core set of mentors that you're interacting with, making sure that you have everything ready to go by the time you show up, so that you guys are all ready to hit the ground running in three weeks of the school and hopefully get to a point where you have something that's deployable by the end. And then also, I just wanted to introduce you to Caroline Murphy and Xenia, who are the administrative team for the school and are going to be helping with all of the logistics, with visas, if any of you need them, and like the process of, you know, dealing with just any questions you have. Like they're the people who are going to set up the logistics for this, you know, in-person school, which I'm definitely excited about. And then we also have a set of really awesome TAs who are also going to be kind of helping, just providing additional resources for you guys if you have questions, you know, both going forward, but also while you're at the school. They're going to be, you know, there to help. They're all pretty amazing, you know, growing their reputations in computer vision for ecology and have a lot of experience. So we want to make sure that there's plenty of support so that, you know, people don't get stuck and we can really make quick progress on everyone's project.
So if I may say something, Sarah, at this point, So maybe we're planning to say it later, but just since we have the slide, the faces on the screen. So the school is supported chiefly by the Resnick Center for Sustainability at Caltech, Resnick Institute, I suppose that's the official name. And Xenia, whom you see here, is a top administrator with the Resnick. And so if you're interested in the activities of the Resnick, which you find online, there is a website. Xenia is a good starting point, but of course, Sarah and I are also happy to connect you with the right people. So when you come to Caltech, you have the opportunity to interact with the scientists and the professors at the center. Okay, sorry, go ahead, Sarah.
No, that's a really good point, Pietro. And also, we're super appreciative that we were able to, even get this school off the ground with their support. And I think there's definitely some cool potential for future connections between the students in the school and the Resnick going forward as well. Cool. So then I want to just really briefly, just so you all can get to know each other, just go around. I'll sort of just read through the participants, and if you guys can say who you are, where you're from, and what you'll be working on, and aim for like 1 to 2 sentences, just really, really quick intros, just so we all get a sense of the cohort. So Felix, can you go first?
Yes, I'm Felix. I'm from the Netherlands, and I'm working on the identification of permafrost and its impact on the global climate.
Anton Alvarez?
Hi, I'm Anton from Spain, from WWF. I am working with the Iberian lynx and trying to save this species. Also with ReID, collaborating with WellMe, with Jason.
Awesome. Cool. Rachel? Rachel Rene, I guess.
Hi, I'm Rachel Rennie. I'm from Florida, and I'll be working on using aerial imagery to identify areas of livestock concentration in the Western US.
Awesome. Santosh Papagato?
Hello, everyone. Yeah, I'm Santosh from India. So I'll be looking at the possibility of detecting animal crossings and roadkill hotspots using mobile net. So, hi.
Awesome. Brian Lee?
Hey folks, my name is Brian. I'm from Santa Barbara, California, and I'll be working on classifying bats in weather radar.
Awesome. Rowan?
Hi, I'm Rowan. I'm from the University of New Mexico, and I've been working on identifying waterfowl from UAS imagery to automate censusing for the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service.
Awesome. Casey?
Hi, Casey Youngflesh, currently living in North Carolina at the moment. I'll be working on classifying walrus from satellite imagery to do some movement population modeling.
Cool. Syria Gomez?
Yeah, nice job. Not a lot of people get that right. Hi, everyone. I'm Syria, currently in New Haven, Connecticut, but from Miami, Florida originally. And I'll be working on identifying arboreal carnivore communities in Chiapas, Mexico.
Melanie Clapham?
Hi, I'm Melanie. I'm from the University of Victoria in Canada, and I'm going to be working on individual ID of grizzly bears from camera trap footage.
Taiki Sakai?
Also, great job. You're an expert at this. I'm Taiki. I'm from Los Angeles, California, and I'm going to be working on a species ID of beaked whales using their acoustic signals. So we turn their echolocation clicks into some kind of picture and then work with that.
Cool. Hjalte, man?
Hi, everyone. I'm Hjalte. I'm from Aarhus University in Denmark. I work mostly with insects, and for the school I plan on testing how well models can classify insects into crude taxonomic levels. So not species level, but much cruder.
Cool. Catherine Breen?
I'm Catherine Breen. I'm at the University of Washington in Seattle, and I'll be working on identifying storms, snowstorms, and rain on snow events and the impacts on lynx, deer, and wolf moose interactions in Norway.
Awesome. Ethan Chaffron?
Yeah, I'm Ethan. I'm up at the University of Montana in Missoula, and we're working on developing a typology and classifying woodland draw habitats in eastern Montana and the Dakota for the Bureau of Land Management.
Awesome. Francesca Ponce.
Hi, sorry I can't turn on my camera right now. I'm Francesca. I am from Caltech, and I'll be working on IDing fruit flies in images collected from sky-facing cameras.
Cool. Tiziana.
Hi, I'm Tiziana. I'm at the University of Toronto. I'll be working with identifying urban species from camera traps.
Cool. Roni Goldschmidt.
Hi, I'm Roni. I'm from Caltech also. I'm a postdoc, and I'll be working on estimating wind speed from video footage recorded on drones of swaying trees.
Cool. And Natalie Immersion?
Yeah, that was really good, Immersion. Yeah, I'm in London at Imperial College, and although I'm originally from Michigan, and I'll be working on automated tracking of ants and also hoping to do, sorry, I'm a little sick, some size estimation of the ant species themselves.
Awesome. And then Peggy Bevan.
Hi, I'm hoping you can hear me okay. I'm Peggy. I've got my camera off because I've got very poor Wi-Fi connection. But I'm from UCL, University College London in the UK. And I'm hoping to learn some unsupervised machine learning techniques to use on my data set, camera trap data set from Nepal. And I'm currently in Nepal right now doing some extra field work.
Oh, wow, awesome. Cool. Okay, so that's everyone who's able to join today. I think it's pretty much the entire cohort. And it's really, I'm so excited. I think we're gonna hopefully see some really cool work happen.
It's exciting to see everybody's faces because we've been reviewing proposals just with white sheets of paper. So it's finally nice to see faces go with the names. So
yeah. Exactly.
Sarah, I have a question for you. So it's, of course, all of us are, it's one of those network effects. We're so excited to hear about all of these projects. And so I think that also the participants now are also excited to hear about other people's projects. Is there a way we can have an internal website or wiki where people type up what they're planning to do?
We're getting there, Pietro. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll get to it in a second. But yes, I completely agree. Cool. So now we're going to go over some high-level logistics, which the very first thing is we started a Slack channel for this group. And so I'll just, let me see. I'll make sure if you guys can't probably click on this. Anyway, I will put this in the chat later so that you all can get the invite link. But the point being, we're going to have an internal Slack. Where basically, thank you, Jason, where basically that's what we're gonna mainly be using for communication, both with updates, but also to allow the different people in the cohort to communicate with your mentors, to kind of do all the processing, help find different ways if people need to like carpool from the airport, just like any and all communication, we're probably gonna manage to do through Slack. If you have any reasons that Slack won't work for you, because sometimes I know there can be some like weird restrictions, like please let us know sooner rather than later, and we can try and figure that out. But I think hopefully it's been a pretty effective way to communicate with past schools. So I think hopefully it'll be helpful. And then the other thing, one of the first things I'm going to put on the Slack is in the next week, I'm going to put a Google form that will basically be asking all of you to upload a headshot and a very short bio and a short overview of your project. And we're going to put those on the CV4Ecology website so that there actually is this representation of the first cohort, and just like to help kind of have some easy access points for people to see what's going on in the school. And so obviously you can opt out of that if you don't want to do it, but I think like Pietro was saying, providing an easy access point for people to see what's going on in the school, I think will be pretty cool. And also it'll help kind of, celebrate the fact that you guys are the first cohort, and I'm really excited that that we've got such a great group of people and such a diverse group of people. Okay, so then the next like bit of logistical details is, you know, we have quite a few participants coming from outside of the US, or even if you're already in the US, you might not be a US like national, you know, who knows. We're really happy to provide letters of invitation for any students that need a visa. You will sort of have to go through the process of getting a visa on your own, but like the Caltech, you know, Caltech has, you know, help with that. Also, all of your universities should be able to help, but we can provide a letter of invitation. If you need any other details or anything, like, please let us know. And we would just say, we'd recommend you guys start working on this process sooner rather than later, just so that there's time to work out any complexities as things go forward. The other thing is, like, just in case, it shouldn't be too much more complicated to do this, but because this is actually sort of officially a school, we're sort of treating it more like you can consider it more like a conference. We'd recommend that you plan to come in as a business visitor, where like the business is like this like educational opportunity, as opposed to coming in on a tourist visa. Obviously, we're not going to do any like verification of any of this, but technically, like, I think it counts as something if you're coming for 3 weeks for this program, that you would come in as this like other type of visa. Anyway, I am not an immigration lawyer, so I don't really know a lot of this stuff, but if you have any questions about it, or if you do need a visa, please email the CV4Ecology email, and we'll start working with you on that process, just to make sure that nobody ends up not being able to come because of visa issues like in a couple months. High level, I'm just going to go over a little bit of the logistics of like while you're actually at Caltech. So we're currently in the process of reserving accommodations, and they'll be within walking distance to campus. And all the students will be housed together in, you know, the same place, and we'll have double occupancy in non-smoking rooms. So you will have like a roommate, and that's mostly just to keep down costs, so that, you know, we can actually provide this to everyone. And the accommodation will start the Sunday before the school and the Saturday after. But, you know, if you want to or need to extend that accommodation before or after that, just please email us and let us know. But just like letting you guys know so you can start planning your travel, that's like sort of what's officially covered. And then if you have any like accommodation needs, like there's a reason why double occupancy won't work for you, or, you know, yeah, like you want to extend the stay, let us know. And then we're also going to collect some like high level information to do like some really, really basic roommate matching. But, you know, if anyone already knows each other and you know who you want to room with, that's also totally fine. Let us know and we can make those arrangements. Food while you're at the school during the week will be provided. And most of the meals will be at the Caltech dining hall. So we'll give everyone meal cards. There'll be a few exceptions where we're having like a dinner all together. We're bringing in box lunches or something. And we'll probably be doing field trips on the weekends, in which case we'll also provide food, but we'll let you know ahead of time, like, you know, what days those are going to be and everything once we have that schedule figured out. Again, like, we won't be providing meals on days when we're not in the school or doing a field trip. So there'll be some days that you probably will have to provide your own meals. And then finally, once you have booked your travel, let us know, because we want to have details of everyone's flights and everything for our records, so that we can just make sure that nobody kind of gets lost in transit. And we're also happy to help coordinate, like, so you guys can find carpools or sort of plan how to get to and from the airport, you know, and give advice if you're sort of questioning like what airport you should fly into, all of these types of things. Internationally, it's probably better to fly into LAX just for cost reasons. If you are in the US and you can fly into Burbank, it's like much easier to get to Caltech from Burbank than it is to get basically anywhere from LAX. But you know, either one is totally fine. It's not the end of the world. Cool. So please let us know as soon as possible if anything changes about your ability to attend the school. We still have a really excellent waiting list, and we basically want to make sure that we're, you know, able to invite as many people as we can. You know, we have a limit of 20 participants for this year. But yeah, so if anything changes, you know, I know things come up, just please let us know right away so that we can, you know, extend an invitation to someone else. If you're not planning to use the provided housing or food, please let us know, just so we can plan for that logistically. If you have any accommodation or mobility needs, you know, if walking is a problem for you, let us know sooner rather than later, because we're both planning housing, but also planning our field trips and want to make sure that everyone can be included. And if you're unfamiliar with the LA area, need any advice on ground transportation, any of that, coordinating your travel, please let us know on Slack or email us. We're really happy to help. And don't forget that it's really hot in LA in August. So, yeah, it's just really hot. So just be ready. Yeah, awesome. So next, well, I guess, yeah, does anyone have any logistical questions first? And you could also ask on Slack, obviously. Yeah?
Hi, sir. So I think I actually triggered about this, the what kind of visa I would need. I should check with the CV4Ecology contact. I mean,
yeah,
is that the team?
yeah, so we can basically, what you guys need is those who are not US nationals and traveling from abroad need a visa to enter the United States. And we will provide you with a letter that you can take to your consulate. Usually because you're attending a scientific conference that is titled, the Summer School for Machine Learning Ecology, you will take this letter, and I believe that the visa for that particular purpose is WB1 or something like that. So it's a non-work, it's a business visa to attend a particular business, which is a scientific conference, but it's not business to work, because you guys are not going to be working. So, and it's not a student visa, because school is just a title, but it's really is a scientific conference. So, so when you talk to a consulate, if you need to explain anything, that's kind of what you need to tell them, that you're here to attend a scientific meeting, scientific conference, this is the title, and we will provide the letter, which will have additional information for the consulate workers to, proceed. Yes.
And we're currently working with the Caltech legal team to make sure that letter sort of covers like the needed information for this for everybody. Right. So,
right.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. And I think for the non-participants, the instructors will have a separate offline discussion for non-US people separately.
Is the ESTA enough? I don't know what that stands for. Sorry.
That's the general visa that anybody that can enter for up to 6 months, I think, can do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Xenia was telling me about this yesterday. So, I mean, technically, we're not going to check like on what type of visa you're entering or anything. But I think officially, like the ESTA is a tourist visa. And because this is a conference, like technically you're supposed to enter on like a business visitor visa. But if you're from a country that can visit the US with the ESTA, I don't.
No, let's just we're going to give you guys a letter, and if you have further questions, specific questions regarding that, we'll be happy to follow up with our scholars office. But what we have been told is that that type of visa is required for non-US nationals to attend a conference in the US.
Yeah, but yeah, happy to follow
because it's
up.
not a tourist. It's not the purpose of the visit is not a tourist. It's business.
Yeah, we don't anticipate any issues, especially given that we have a good amount of time. But again, like we definitely want to start this process with everyone as soon as possible, so that if anything does come up, we have time to deal with it. Yeah, so just please let us know if you do need a letter, and what the situation is, and we can work through it with our scholars office as well. Caltech has a ton of experience bringing in visitors from international places to come do this type of thing, so they hopefully will have a lot more information than us. Okay, cool. Any other questions before we move on? Okay, awesome. Yeah, again, feel free to follow up offline on the Slack or email us. We're happy to help with anything that comes up. So awesome. So next, we're going to talk about, we're going to do some like quick breakouts, and basically with the mentorship assignments that we've come up with, we'll break out where each mentor will take their mentees, and we'll just do some quick, like smaller cohort discussions. So this like initial sort of small, you know, mentor-mentee thing, the thing that we want to try and cover is we want to make sure that everyone can get on Slack. In these breakout sessions, we want to, each small group should make a group channel on Slack where they can communicate asynchronously. Ideally, you guys can schedule your next sort of mentor-mentee meeting. You know, work out that scheduling process however works for you. And then also we want each student to give an overview of their current data status. So basically, you know, when you submitted your proposals, you had a data plan. We want to know where that's gone, and just, you know, give kind of a high level overview of like, what is the data we're planning to use for the school? How much of it is there? You know, let's start making a plan for if we need to do additional labeling, what that looks like. And you know, this will be sort of what the mentor-mentee relationship looks like until August when we show up, is we just want to make sure that everyone gets to the school with a prototype data set for their problem in hand and a plan. So that when we're actually at the school, you guys can all hit the ground running and really be training models and evaluating, and you know, no one gets sort of stuck in this like, oh, we don't actually have access to the data, we don't have the right data. And then also, again, like mentees get this information from your, or mentors get this information from your mentees. But if any students are interested or feel like they want to kind of do a bit of like a Python boot camp, we're going to be working with the Climate Change AI summer school as well, and try to do like a joint, you know, Python boot camp before the school starts. So if anyone is more of an R programmer and wants to get up to speed on Python before the summer school, let us know, and we'll make sure that you're looped into those opportunities. Awesome. So any questions about that? All right. So yeah. So this
Sarah, this
yeah.
is just one thing just to note before you guys break into the groups. We've talked about this. There's one thing that you will be getting as a questionnaire about the roommates, correct, Caroline? So just some of the little logistical things to tie up the loose knots. So that will come out fairly soon, so that we can do the room assignments.
Great.
And again, be happy to answer any questions. And you can email us directly, or go through the email for the school. And I think we're also going to have like a short what to bring kind of list of things, and what to expect, with some additional information about LA area for those of you who are here for the first time. So you will have that on hand as well. So
yeah.
Yes, I'd also say with the survey, I mean, I want it back when people have made the travel. So that may take a while. I mean, I'm not going to do the room assignments until, you know, closer, but I do want to know what the needs are. So just in the meantime, any questions, if you're not ready to return the survey, if you have any questions, you could just email us and we'll answer them.
Yeah, or reach out on Slack. But I think the high level thing is, you know, we're going to try to provide as much information as you guys want. If there's any information we haven't provided, let us know and we'll provide it. And also, we're going to be, over the next couple of months, asking you guys for information periodically to help coordinate stuff and just like get back to us quickly so we can try to make progress. But I think, yeah, hopefully all those logistics will work out quite well. Cool. So these are the 4 core instructors, and you should see your name listed with one of them. I just made 4 breakout rooms and opened them. And so if you're partnered with Eli, then go to breakout room 1. If you're partnered with Jason, breakout room 2, Benny, breakout room 3, and Bjorn, breakout room 4. And then, we'll just split up, and you can introduce yourself to your mentors, and you guys can try and go through that process of going through those initial meeting to-dos and making a plan for going forward with your sort of smaller groups. Okay, awesome. So yeah, everyone try and join your breakout rooms. Let me know if there's any issues with that.